coming here, and as always I love good music. I feel like K-pop is pretty fun these days, you know. Usually there would only be a few songs that stand out to me, but lately we've been getting some interesting things from this overblown industry. Almost none of these songs sound the same and are actually nice to listen to. Also, if you think there's a song here that I missed, trust me, I probably didn't. I typically listen to 90% of releases each month, so if you think the video is missing some songs, there's a high chance I just didn't like it enough, or a lower chance where I actually missed it, and it's up for you to choose which one it is. And once again, I am no music critic. This is just me and my little irrelevant opinions that I just so happen to share with thousands of people. I know I am neither wrong nor right in your ears, but I will be saying what I want to say, so I hope you bear with it. Anyways, let's actually watch the video now.
That's what I want. Play on the word. That's what I want. That's what I want. Play on the...
I expect good music and that's what I receive. As much as I loved Love in Space, I thought that song was a little too similar to Love So Sweet, and it doesn't help that that was the much better song. If they were to do the same the third time, I would have been very disappointed. Thankfully they did not and we got something new, but still very recognizable. It's quite experimental but not too ambitious. While I do like it, it seems too simple even for an experimental track. By parts I can pick some good verses and hooks, which does make the song. But as a whole I don't know, it feels disjointed for no reason at all and I wish it were a little more cohesive. Now I don't know what the fuck happens behind the scenes, but I don't think a group like them should come back only once a year. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these days I just see a notice tab and poof, they're gone just like that. They are still very far from the fame they deserve, and I don't think FN shit is even trying to reach that level for them. So I do pray for my sisters to survive this curse, because we need the music to keep on coming. But as much of a shit show their company is, you can't deny that the music they release is good, and if not, at least interesting to listen to. Almost 5 years in this idle life and Cherry Bullet has not released one boring song. This one may not be so good, but definitely not bland and boring. Although it is not among their most accomplished, the song is, on the whole, interesting enough to attract for more discussion. 7.3 out of 10. It would honestly help them if they came back twice a year, but oh well. I'll admit I do have the tendency to talk shit about Twice comebacks, especially during the first few weeks of its release, just for it to slowly grow on me. I said things about Talk Yet that became one of my favorite releases last year. But I'm afraid I can never say the same for Set Me Free. I don't know, I'm trying so hard to care and have some enthusiasm for recent Twice comebacks. Sometimes I do get excited, but there was bound to be a limit, and this one just wasn't hitting for me at all. Like, I get it, I know it's a good song, nothing bad about it, but gosh is it so uninteresting. Especially when comparing to other recent comebacks from groups, it just does not stand out. But Twice has had their time and I don't think they have any more to prove, so I guess there's that. Twice are full professionals now and we all know that. They're out of their comfort zone and are trying new things, which is genuinely something I acknowledge above all of this. Because one thing I can appreciate about them right now is their growth. The girls are better dancers, performers, much better singers, and writers now than how they were back then. But that's just natural. Obviously experience can lead to an artist's growth, but unfortunately it doesn't always apply to the music, and that's what I'm getting with this comeback. I applaud them for trying something new, but I don't think this new is good enough for me to care about. 7.6 out of 10. Good for them, but not so good for me.
You make me feel so groovy. Rhythm and body moving. Get up going crazy for you.
Gravity had one of the biggest change of concept I've ever seen in K-pop, and one that was very much needed. Everyone knows that old stuff wasn't going to work, and their last 3 comebacks prove so. The brighter comeback surely fit them a lot more, with this one being no exception. Though better, I never thought they'd stick with it for even 3 comebacks. I treated Adrenaline as a palate cleanser for all the ones that came before it, and Party Rock was a nice sequel that was perfect for the summertime. And by that point I thought they'd change up once more into a different concept that will help them in the longer run. Because to be honest, having music and a concept like this can be too much, too tiresome. Maybe for now it's fine, but for the next it would be nice to see something more creative. Right now Gravity is just another boy group in this grand industry composed of groups with much more interesting concepts and tracks. If they wish to continue making consistently good music that is still enjoyable, sure, they can stick with this. But if they wish to expand their variety and reach a wider audience, I don't think this will be enough. Starship is no stranger to unique concepts, but if there was one odd one out, that would be their work with Gravity. I know they can cook something much better than this. But then again, if it's not really broken, why fix it? So it doesn't really matter. 7.8 out of 10. I did like that dance break though, it was quite fun. I'm sorry real K-pop groups, but how are y'all letting a virtual group outdo you in music just like that? Apparently virtual K-pop groups are a real thing now, and fuck, I'm afraid I have nothing bad to say about it. Like I said with the other virtual group of almost the same name, I don't understand the appeal of having these groups exist. I also don't get why they do it. How far will the industry strive for perfection? Well, I don't know, but let's not talk about that right now. Let's discuss the important thing here, which is the music. Voice is so good that I wish they were actual real people performing on stage. Wouldn't it been great to see the actual singer be the actual member of the group? But I guess not, and at this point I just have to accept that a bunch of pixels are the future of this genre. But anyways, it's pretty damn good. Not quite what I expected for a virtual group. I thought the obvious approach should have been a futuristic EDM kind of song, but hearing a ballad rock was a surprise, and a really good one by the way. On shuffle I thought this was a song by any other K-band groups. So finding out that this was made by a bunch of second leads of any romance anime, I was shocked. I'm really curious if this will be the primary sound of the group moving forward or maybe a wide variety. Regardless, this was an interesting approach for such a group and I'm mildly interested to see the next. For these virtual groups I guess I just have to live with them. As long as the music is good I don't see a problem with them existing. For now at least. 8.3 out of 10. They kind of gagged real groups for a second.
Mr. Rover, 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 I'm coming over, 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 call me Rover, 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 I'm coming over.
Kai makes hot people music for sure. Whoever decided to give Kai a song with a Latin vibe deserves a raise. They made the hottest man alive sing a song of the most ass-shaking genre, so why wouldn't it work? My ass circumference probably grew thrice the size after hearing this song, and you gotta give it to him. His songs are surely hits. In typical Kai fashion the song is of course sexy. The song is catchy, it's high quality, and he sounds amazing as always. For my criticisms I just wish it had just a bit more variety. The chorus is its strongest part and that's about it. Rest of the song is pretty average and I wish a little more was done with it. I don't think Kai has reached his peak yet. I feel like he has a lot more to offer to the table and he's just holding back for now. His most ambitious track so far is still his debut, and I would like to hear something greater for sure. Nevertheless it still bops and it's a hit for the masses, and as much as anyone want to hate, you can't deny people like it a lot. And also, I really couldn't care less if this was a cover or an original. As long as the music is good and it pays respect to the OG, that's done. No further discussions needed. 8.3 out of 10. Though the original does sound better to me, I can't be mad at this.
내 모습 영원히 태양, 바람, 구름, 비와 바다로 봄과 여름, 가을, 겨울 사이로.
One little secret about me and this channel is that I actually often avoid reviewing ballads. If there had been times in the past where you've wondered why I don't review ballads, it's not because I dislike it, it's just that I usually say the same thing about all of them anyways. The Y song is sad, melodic, emotional, and X singer is good at singing. That's how it goes with these ballad reviews, and for me it's kind of an exciting hearing the same criticisms over and over again, so I don't plan on changing my ways. The only reason why I did it now with this one, is because I thought deserved to be recognized, and 2, I felt like the song touched me more than most ballads these days. In my own interpretation, the song pictures life as a circle. Each of our circles may vary from one another, some more extreme, and some calmer, but ultimately we end up where we all started. All of our experiences, the good and the ugly, are points in life we all go through. It's not an oh-so-deep message that requires a case study. It's a comprehensible concept that I know all of you can understand, which I think makes it even more relatable. I do like complex ideas, but nothing beats simplicity when done well. SHINee probably has the best soloist to come out of any K-pop group ever. Each single one of them has something different and unique to offer. All 5 of them throughout the years have been serving a diverse palette of sounds and concepts, and I wish for everyone to appreciate that. 8.5 out of 10. I fucking love this song, don't get me wrong, but fuck do I have a problem with this group's decision in crafting their music. I've has some great music for sure, no questions asked, but I don't think they're ever perfect, and the most infuriating part about it is that it all could have been flawless. Love Dive could have been a 10 out of 10 if they had added a proper bridge and a longer outro. Afterlight would have been the greatest song ever made if half of the song wasn't relying heavily on the sample. And for 11, well, for 11 I think that's the closest we'll ever get to perfection with this group. That song started great and ended great, without overstaying its welcome or leaving us wanting for more. For Kitsch though, what could have been 2 great tracks became one disorganized mess of a song. If we look at it by part, the song is truly amazing. The verses gives of a calmer vibe that we haven't really seen from IVE. A nice contrast from the luxurious concepts they've been putting out. Then there's the aggressive chorus. Perfect for showing grit and power, which is also something we haven't seen from the girls. Are y'all understanding where I'm getting at? A song for pretty girls and a song for bad bitches. What could have been 2 perfect tracks became one confusing song. And for the sake of what? Shock factor? Well fuck that. IVE isn't nmixx, nor does this style fit them. Thank God they've finally fixed the problem of having better verses, choruses and a good outro, aka a fully complete song. Yet, here we are experimenting for God knows why. I do still enjoy the song, but the wasted potential still hurts my feelings. 8.4 out of 10. Never expected IVE to sabotage themselves that way, and I really wish the title track won't be the same. These days I don't even expect anything for any BTS related comebacks anymore. Sometimes they release a song I truly adore, and sometimes they release music equivalent to eating sandpaper. So I just don't set expectations anymore and just let it take me by surprise. And while I wasn't really surprised with this, I sure was satisfied. Set Me Free Part 2 was definitely one of the songs ever made, so we won't be talking about that. On the other hand, Like Crazy is a song right up my alley. Fun fact about me, I am married to the synth pop genre. Like if nobody got me, I know those synths got me. So immediately I had nothing against this song the first time I heard it. While Set Me Free Part 2 was the sandpaper, Like Crazy tasted like a fruit basket. This song is just gorgeous and I can't emphasize enough. In my opinion, Jimin's voice only really fit a certain amount of genres and sounds, and this one was one of them for sure. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever heard him on a song like this, or at least I haven't. So in a way I was actually surprised with the sound he took on for his debut, because in my opinion this sounds beautiful through and through. I don't have much else to say to y'all, to be honest. I just like the song and I don't think it's any bad. For me, a solid 8.8 out of 10. X group would be so popular if they came from a big company, is a phrase I'll never get tired of hearing and saying. Though it only applies to some of them. When it does fit, there's no other better statement. I can name countless of groups who do so well under a mega company, and it's a shame not everyone can have that luxury. Not to belittle the efforts of the big groups, I'm sure they work just as hard, but let's be honest, 5 bad songs from them would still make money and chart at highest peaks. Nugu groups on the other hand could release the best song ever made, and that shit wouldn't even make it to top 100 in any chart. I'm not really the biggest fan of songs like these as they are not friendly enough for my taste. I like music that can adapt to any moment I'm in or even change it. This song is too aggressive to play just anywhere. There must be a specific mood in the room for it to work. But for this song, fuck it. Play it, I don't care, in the club, or at your local cafe. If the music is this good, who the hell am I to complain? I like groups who come back with something bigger than them, because one thing about some of these Nugu groups is that they deserve much more than what they had. This song felt grand and larger than life. A bold message to anyone who speaks on groups like them. These groups are as talented and are also capable of releasing good music like the ones above their league, and they are here to let you know that. This comeback definitely piqued my curiosity, and I will be sat for whatever comes next. 8.8 out of 10. And the fact this is longer than 3 minutes? Insanity. Big companies could never.
I give a second chance to Cupid. 날 믿은 내가 정말 stupid. 보여줄게 숨겨왔던 love.
I know this was released way back in February, but I just had to talk about it just for a bit. Y'all don't even know. This song blowing up fills me with so much joy it's insane. Actual good and underrated music in K-pop is prevailing, and what a beautiful sight it is. I won't waste your time with this review. I know that you know why this song was received this well by everyone. It's cute, it's relatable to some, and it's simply a good tune. And I've already said this, but they have genuinely great voices that isn't ear-piercing like most idols these days. It feels natural and affecting, which is something I really appreciate with this group. To be honest, the rest of their music deserves at least some amount of fame this song is getting, because those are just as, if not, better than Cupid. I really hope they don't become a one-hit wonder knowing this blew up on TikTok. But one thing is for sure, people definitely know who 50/50 are now, and I hope we keep that same energy. Heck, even just a fraction of it for the next comeback. 9 out of 10.
Love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, and I love you.
I think we can all collectively agree, whether you like the mix pop or not, that this is their best title track so far. Personally, I thought that whole mix pop shit was too distracting. The biggest thing going with those songs are the insane switch-ups, because sometimes it takes all the attention away from the great performances these girls have displayed for us. Now with a more normal sounding song like this, we can finally appreciate it all as one cohesive piece. Though they've perfected the mix thing in their last comeback dice, Love Me Like This was still as good, if not even better than those songs. Ginny probably took it with her when she left, and I wouldn't mind it never coming back. Aside from mix pop, nmixx always had something else about them, and that's extravagance for performances and music. We all know how crazy talented they are, and to be honest, they are just flexing on us with this song. Love Me Like This reminds me of any old school R&B track of any Western female pop artist, which is like the best thing ever in my opinion. Those songs always had a certain presence and coolness that I really like, and if I were to imagine any K-pop act to do something like it, I think nmixx would be the right choice. A song that requires confidence and talent only deserves to be sung by ones who have it. Some may think the mix pop shit is their forte, which for a time it honestly was. But this comeback proves they never needed that. With or without it, doesn't matter, because either way they'll never hold back for a song, and that is their biggest strength as a group. Those 4th gen groups better start looking out for these girls. The only thing holding them back has been tossed aside, and I'm certain their true potential is something everyone will be anticipating in the future. 9.6 out of 10. For a group of this caliber, they deserve all the fans' appreciation, and I believe this song will finally get them that respect.
Love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love